Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So today, I promised you guys we would do the introduction the introduction to the podcast type series. So anything you would like to talk about, just leave your comments, questions. It doesn't have to be about basketball. It can be about anything in the comment section below. So I'm just pretty much gonna read everyone's comments and talk about it like I promised. So pretty much what everyone is saying. So we're going to start off with Michael C3. This is from top to bottom. He said, when do I get hurt from what you say about Stephen Curry? I know Amos does. Shots fired. But I really don't. I'm not even a Curry fan for the 30th time. LMFAO. I just like to call you out for being biased sometimes. Listen, I honestly do not think I'm biased. Maybe that's because I am biased. But to be honest, I literally don't think I'm biased. I try as much as possible to use facts. I truly believe Carmelo Anthony is one of the best players in the world. I truly believe he's one of the best players ever. I truly believe the 2003 draft is the best ever. I truly believe Chris Bosh is really underrated. I'm not the only one to say that. I truly believe all of the things that I say. So I try to be as unbiased as I possibly can when it comes to things like that, because I truly believe all of these things. There's my Bible prayer. But I truly believe all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when I say things like that, it's not, I think in the video I told him Michael C3 gets hurt when I talk about Stephen Curry or something like that. And so he replied. So next, William Carpenter, Steve, bro, go check out Mellow Mash. He's a small YouTuber that, like you, try and borrow some of his ideas on your second channel. Here's the thing. I don't like to, quote unquote, borrow ideas. I like to do things on my own in terms of that. I like to think of my own series and things like that. Now, I kind of already clarified this, but, I'm always changing my mind on things. So I honestly don't know what I want to do, because part of me is telling me to play 2K on my second channel. Part of me is telling me to just not play 2K at all, because, to be honest, I don't enjoy the game. To be honest, I only play it to get gameplay for this, because if I could use NBA footage, I would. But again, that 80% deal that they had on me, no way. But so again, so I honestly just don't like the game. I think 2K ruined the game. And the reason is because they just focus on esports, and then they implement all the stupid rules that they have for esports into people that don't even play online, and it just makes the game unfun. Why can't I be a superstar? Why do I have to come into the league at 55 every year? It's the same storyline, same BS all the time. Why do I have to pick between a slot? Why can't I just be like LeBron? Why can't I just do that? Why can't I come straight from high school? It's not my career, it's their career. We're doing what they want us to do. We can't. It's not your career. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to play like my GM or trying to simulate like I used to in 2K14 and 15. I did that once, and literally Carmelo Anthony got injured. Everyone's getting injured. I can't play that game. The game's so freaking frustrating. So that's why a lot of the times you just see me playing on the blacktop. Just because, again, man, that game, dude, it's bad. I don't understand how everyone loves that game, to be honest. I know a lot of these big YouTubers don't like it either, but it's their way of income. So, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm unhappy doing what I'm doing, because right now I love doing what I'm doing. Just talking about basketball, doing in real life basketball videos. I love that. And if I could turn that into a career, that would be epic. So, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. So, in the comment section below, let me know. Should I do 2K or no? Because to be honest, I don't like the game, man. I don't think it's good. It's not simulation basketball at all, and it's you'll pass it, and then it'll go into the stands, or you'll pass down every time you do a pick and roll and you pass down low. They steal it from you, So it doesn't make sense, and I don't know, man. That's just the way I feel about it. But yeah, so let me know if you guys want me to, if you think I should upload 2K or not. So anyway, Amos Diaz said, "How is Golden State the lowest scoring game?" Well, if you guys don't know the backstory to this, yesterday I uploaded a video talking about the Spurs versus Warriors, and I said the Warriors would score around 97 points or something like that. The reason why I said that is, one, they're playing the San Antonio Spurs, a really good defensive team. Now, I did say the Warriors would win, but I said they're playing the San Antonio Spurs, so they're a really good defensive team. And the Golden State Warriors, they have never played full rotations yet, full minutes, So, they're probably going to struggle from the field, and it's going to take them a minute before they can get used to the offense. So that's why I said that. All right, anyway. Next, Samir Huck said, the only superstars that can lead a team in the East are LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul George. And D. Rose replied saying, and Chris Bosh. Now, I agree with all four of those statements. Well, lead a team. Well, it depends what you mean by lead a team. If you mean lead a team to the finals, then I guess it would only be LeBron, Paul George, or Carmelo. In terms of leading a team deep in the playoffs, if he had good players around him, Chris Bosh would be up there. Dwyane Wade's up there as well. So there are more than that. But, overall, there are a lot of great players in the Eastern Conference. Felix Rauschenberger says, please talk about the rookies and how you think they will perform. Love your vids, by the way. Thank you. Watching this at 3 a.m. in Spain because I'm on vacation. Sorry for my trash English. I'm watching this in Spain where I'm on vacation. It's all good, man. We're all from the earth, Everyone speaks different languages. No one's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But thank you. So I appreciate that. So talk about the rookies. So Ben Simmons actually got injured. Now, I don't know the extent to his injury. It could be, I don't know. I know it has something to do with his foot or leg. I don't know how long. I don't know if it's the entire season, half the season, however long it is. But I'm sure he'll be back and better than ever. Buddy Hield, I think he's a solid player as well. Now, I don't really follow college basketball. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'd love to play it, but I'm not a big fan of watching it. So for me, it's hard to, get involved and pick a team and be loyal because they're always changing players and, to me, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? They're always changing players. It's hard to follow, things like that. So, in terms of that, Buddy Hield, Ben Simmons, and those are really the only rookies that I know because I don't really follow college basketball. I wait for them to get to the league. I do sometimes watch the draft, but really I don't. I don't really care about that until they're in the NBA, to be honest. That's just the way I am. But, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Ben Simmons is going to be a great player because everyone's saying he is. But then again, everyone's saying Anthony Davis is going to be the best player in the world soon. And that was 3 years ago, and he's still not the best player in the world. So people say a lot of things. But, I'm not too sure about that. So anyway, next we got Casey Poole. Why do you think Kareem is better than my boy Wilt? Now, here's the thing. Wilt Chamberlain was no doubt a beast. He was no doubt a beast. But the thing about him is he played in an era where the game was really underdeveloped, and I try to say that with as much respect as possible. That's why I consider him the Big O, Elgin Baylor. Well, I don't know. Elgin Baylor played in the 70s and 80s, I think. I don't know. But that's why I consider Wilt and the Big O and Jerry West, like those type of players, pioneers of basketball, because that was way before the game really developed into anywhere close to what it is now. So, but besides that, Kareem, longevity-wise, lasted an extremely long time in the NBA. He could adapt positions. He had the most unstoppable move in NBA history. It could be debated, him or Dirk has that. But, the sky hook, that's unguardable. There's no one to stop it. I don't think his sky hook has ever been blocked. So, that's that. So that's why I think Kareem's better. He can adapt. He adapted his position throughout his career. He didn't let his ego get in the way. His longevity, he's the number one scorer ever. Top 10 in rebounding, top 10 in assists. This dude is absolutely ridiculous, man. Longevity-wise, just especially that. That's what I value a lot, longevity. So, Gregory Grigorin says, that's what I want you to talk about, please. Okay, I'm going to try and... We'll get back to that comment because you probably had another comment there. So, T-Machine224 says, I bet money on the Knicks versus Cavs. Knicks all the way. I'm down with you, man. The only difference is you may lose $20, but if I lose, I got to lose my hairline. So I'm going to be fucked. So the New York Knicks and Carmelo Anthony better do what they did in 2014. And Melo better light up LeBron like he did season opener in 2014 because we need you, Carmelo. We need you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, G-Mac, Melo cooked LeBron on opening night 2 years ago, scored 25 and hit the dagger in his grill. The NBA season can't start soon enough. I agree 100%. Today, what is today's date? Today is, oh my freaking gosh, it's only the 13th, man. We still have 12 days, 2 weeks. We still have 2 weeks until the NBA season starts. I don't know if it starts on a Tuesday or Thursday. They always switch it up. Hopefully it's on let me see. A week from now. Today's Friday. A week from now, yeah. Okay, it's probably going to be on Thursday. It's a Thursday. So that's good. It starts on a Thursday, most likely on TNT. I cannot wait either, man. I want to see my man Melo in action with his brand new team, and I want to see him show LeBron, like, look, man, you may be the king, but I'm coming for that crown. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on. Raycon Risher says, talk about who will end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, there are 3 teams that I say have the best chances. Obviously, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and besides that team, the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Now, I think the New York Knicks are actually a better team than the Indiana Pacers, just in terms of scoring and defense. If you look at the offensive end of the floor, the New York Knicks are just superb. They're just way beyond the Indiana Pacers. Carmelo Anthony himself is beyond Paul George in terms of scoring. Derrick Rose is way beyond Jeff Teague. Kristaps Porzingis is beyond Big Al and Miles Turner and Thaddeus Young, and you know what I'm saying? So offensively, the New York Knicks are a better team, and defensively, they're a better team as well. Now, Miles Turner, don't get me wrong, is a beast. Paul George is a beast on the defensive end as well. But when you have Carmelo Anthony improve on the defensive end, you have Derrick Rose who can guard the point guard position, you have Courtney Lee who can guard the perimeter and also guard the low post. And then on top of that, you have, you have Joakim Noah, who's a great defender, Kristaps Porzingis, who's a great defender. Then you have the big O, Kylo Quinn. A lot of people were saying Kylo Quinn's not that great of a defender, but I think he's a good defender. Then you have Lance Thomas, who can come in and guard superstars like LeBron James and Paul George and Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? So defensively and offensively, the New York Knicks are just a better team. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be the New York Knicks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it all depends on seeding, because at the end of the day, it doesn't come out. It doesn't matter who has the better team. It comes down to matchups. Like last year, the Golden State Warriors had the better team, but it comes down to matchups. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Curry really screwed over the Warriors with not being able to guard Kyrie Irving, and that's why they lost. You know, well, obviously because they lost to LeBron as well, but you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's why they lost, you know? It comes down to matchups, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about matchups. Now, I'm not saying that's the main reason why they lost, because the main reason why they lost is because LeBron James is the best player in the world. But it all comes down to matchups. All right, so Sloth, maybe a Q&A. Maybe you should get into live streaming. You should do a series evaluating rookies and players. Now, I was thinking about doing a series evaluating rookies and players in general. Probably I will do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for you, Sloth. I'll do that series. Expect a video sometime, I don't know, within the next week or so. Probably less than that. Probably in the next few days, I'll have one of those videos up evaluating someone. So Sloth, since this is your idea, let me know in the comment section below who you want me to talk about for the first episode of, you know, my evaluating players series. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but just let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Kevin Salinas also says 98 points for the Warriors, question mark, question mark, question mark. That's too low. The thing about that is again, I already explained it earlier, so I'm really not going to beat a dead horse, but hopefully you understood what I was saying when I talked about that earlier. So thank you for the comment, Kevin. Confused but Friendly says, talk about Eastern Conference standings and give your predictions 1 through 8 in each conference. Then do a preview bracket of your standings playoffs. So I'm going to try my hardest. I don't really feel too good at this moment, but, you know, the grind never stops. So I'm going to try my hardest. So let's see. Number 1 in the East, the New York Knicks. No, excuse me. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 2, the New York Knicks. Number 3, Number 3, the Toronto Raptors. Number 4, the Indiana Pacers. What's that? It's 4. Number 5, the Chicago Bulls. Number 6, I'm trying to figure out who should be number 6. We got the Bulls. I really apologize. I really don't feel too good right now. You know, I'm gonna do a separate video just for this for you, okay? Because right now I don't really feel too good. It's pretty hot outside right now, so you know, I can't really think straight at this moment. But I will get back to that. I promise you I'll have that video up tomorrow, okay? I promise you that. Confused but Friendly, that video will be up for you tomorrow. All right. So Hoven Wolf wants to know Chris Paul versus Russell Westbrook. That's one of those videos where I'll do that's one of those videos where, topics that I'll do an entire video on, so stay tuned for that. There'll be another video for that, probably not tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, because I already have 2 videos for tomorrow that I promised people, so that'll be the day after tomorrow, so on Sunday. So expect that video for you on Sunday, Hoven. All right, Gregorian says LeBron's hairline is beautiful, no homo. Yeah, he's pretty much making fun of me because if the New York Knicks lose, I have to shave my head. All right, Anthony Massaro, what about the Dominique Wilkins versus Carmelo Anthony video? Okay, again, that's going to be a topic that I will do for a separate video on its own because, again, I can do that kind of video and talk about that for like a half hour if I wanted to, but I try not to go over 12 minutes for the most part. You know what I mean? So that will be a video that I will talk about. It'll be up on Sunday as well. So we have 2 Saturday videos already and we have 2 Sunday videos already. So now you guys know what's going to be uploaded. Gregory Gregorian, is the Cavs bench vid up? Okay, so he wants me to talk about the Cavaliers bench. Now the Cavaliers, no guarantee that they'll have, well, I'll talk about this when I do the bracket series. So I'm sorry guys that I'm like skipping through some of these topics. I really don't feel good, but I'm trying my hardest to continue and just talk as long as possible. Okay, David's World. Hey Steve, can you do a topic on your reaction on when Melo came to the Knicks and more Melo topics? No doubt about it, there will be tons of Melo topics. You already know. But just to answer your question on my first reaction when Melo first came to the Knicks, I was excited and happy, but at the same time, I didn't really know the extent to how franchise changing it would be, because I knew Carmelo Anthony was a top 5 player in the world. I knew he's one of the best players in the world. You know, I knew what he could do, right? But being on the Denver Nuggets, he always used to play at like 11 o'clock to 1 a.m. And, back then I was I was in junior high school, like 10, 11, 12 years old, even younger than that, like 9, 8, 10. You know what I'm saying? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You know what I'm saying? So I was a young boy. So I didn't really get to see him much. The only times I would really see him is when he would play the Knicks, when he would play the Nets, or when he would play the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Lakers or whatever, and it would be on like main TV. So it was rare for me to actually see Carmelo Anthony in Denver. But I was always a fan, and it's hard to say because I was always a fan, and I always knew what he could do, and I always stuck up for him because a lot of people even then doubted him. But at the same time, I didn't know the extent to how franchise changing it would be. And I mean, look at the Knicks, man. They had their best seasons with him in the last since Patrick Ewing. 54 wins, going to the conference semifinals, and then now this season they're probably going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, Andreas Erickson, think I said something like this before in one of your other videos. Talk about the cap. The cap made it so KD could go to Golden State Warriors without losing tons of money. Do you think it will F up more in the future? Well, they're increasing the cap because they don't want to limit players to where they can or cannot go. They want to have players that have the freedom to go anywhere they want. Now, it does create scenarios where there are possibilities where it can screw up the NBA. Like, for example, if Chris Paul, Dwyane Wade, Carmelo, and LeBron decide to team up, that would be so unfair. I don't care if D-Wade's out of his prime. That would be so unfair. Because now you have 4 closers on one team, 4 players that'll average over 20 on one team. You have Chris Paul, one of the best two-way players in the world. You have LeBron James. You have Carmelo Anthony. Dwyane, you know what I'm saying? And if Chris Bosh joined them as well, so it could F up the league in the future. But, I'm pretty sure there'll be a limit to exactly how much due to taxes and things like that. When was LeBron James's prime? This is a tough one. Now, LeBron James's prime, I would say, was from 2006 to the modern day. The reason why is because when he first played the Washington Wizards, that was his first time having competition, and that's when he started to really develop. So that's when I say his prime would be. Next, talk about what seed and round Knicks will make it to. Knicks will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, winning around 60 games. D Rose, the GOAT, hashtag MVP, hashtag best Knick ever, says, bruh, I bet that the Knicks will win that game versus the Cavs. If they don't, I gotta change my name. Okay, you want to do that? If the New York Knicks, since you always want to make bets about me, if the New York Knicks lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, you have to change your name to I am the most biased Derrick Rose fan in the world. That's what you have to change your name to. I am the most biased Derrick Rose fan in the world. Now, I don't want the Knicks to lose, but I'm just saying if they lose, that's what you have to change your name to. So JJ says, I know a lot of people request top 10 all-time lists. Oh, by the way, if you guys are in the mood to debate, you know who to talk to. My man JJ, he knows his basketball. This dude will make you delete your comments. This dude knows exactly what he's talking about. So if you're gonna debate with him, you better be wary. So he said, I know a lot of people request top 10 all-time lists or whatever, but could you do a video about your top 3 or 5 of each position all time? I feel like just choosing 10 people for an all-time list is going to leave a lot of greats out, which is going to result to underrating legends. Now, I agree with that 100%. Or you could do some topics that go against the common belief of NBA fans, like, is Duncan really the greatest power forward of all time? Was Kobe really the clutchest player? Was Kobe really that clutch of a player? Are Wilt and Oscar stats overrated? To some extent, I think they are, etc. These are just topics that came to my mind, but there are many more you could do. Thank you for the ideas, JJ. I will put your name out there again. People, go debate with JJ. He knows his basketball. Just be ready to delete your comments because he knows what he's talking about. All right, so Kalichi Nway says, do you think the Minnesota Timberwolves will make the playoffs this year? There's a possibility if Karl Anthony Towns can develop his game, not develop, but take that next step, and Andrew Wiggins could take that next step and be more efficient, and Zach LaVine could be more efficient, then yes, they will make the playoffs. And Ricky Rubio will shoot more, yeah, they'd make the playoffs. Brandon Blair, how about who is the greatest Laker ever? Kobe, Magic, Wilt, Kobe Bryant, no doubt about it. Kobe Bryant's the best. This is tough. When you say great, I don't think of who's the better player. I think who had the most impact. And in my opinion, that's Kobe being Bryant. So, T Machine 224 says 5th. Congratulations. Good job, my dude. Dele Jane says, try not to be so biased next time. I'll try not to. Wink, wink. Tayyip Sav, is Stephen Curry the best shooter of all time? Hands down, no doubt about it. Lyron Young, can Harrison Barnes take that next step? Hell no. Oh my gosh, he sucks. He doesn't suck because he's in the NBA, but come on, dude. I don't want him on. Don't ever come to the Knicks. Darius Smith, who could win on one-on-one? Curry or Carmelo? That's not even a question. I mean, Carmelo Anthony. Come on. New York Knicks says, I agree with you, Steve. Hashtag Knicks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my dude. Knicks all the way, you know what I'm saying? XX Mind Sneaker XX says Kevin Durant did not go to the Celtics because he would face LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Kevin Durant did come out and say that he's happy the Warriors lost. Now, I do think that's why Kevin Durant stayed in the West, because he knows. And, you know, it's not just the fact that LeBron James, he has to go through LeBron, but he also took into account that Paul George and Carmelo Anthony actually have good teammates now. So those two players are going to threat LeBron. And if Kevin Durant's not as good as LeBron, they're going to be more of a threat to him than they are to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, he's going to have to go through 3 superstars at his position, some of the top players in the world, instead of, you know, teams that are just good like the Memphis Grizzlies and the Clippers and the Spurs. Because, to be honest, like the stars right now are in the Eastern Conference for them at the small forward position. So, Michael C3, predict who will win each award. I will do that in a separate video. Dwyane Jordan says, I love your channel. It's nice to come home from it. I'm sorry, I really don't feel too good right now. I feel like nauseous, but I'm gonna try and finish this. And don't mess up your hairline. You're young, LOL. I mean, the Knicks are my team and all, but IDK if they're gonna finish 2nd seed. But in the slide situation, anyone in the East other than LeBron goes to the finals. Carmelo Anthony deserves it. I definitely agree with that. If he isn't already a top small forward of all time, he should solidify it. I definitely agree with you on that. Carmelo Anthony definitely deserves to be in the NBA Finals. He definitely deserves an MVP award. He definitely deserves a lot. Now, San Antonio basketball typed in Melo 25, 6, and 5 on 8 of 17 from the field, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Derrick Rose 17, 3, and 6 on 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Porzingis 21, 7, and 3 with 3 blocks and 3 threes. So pretty much, I guess what he's trying to do is try and predict their averages for next season, which I somewhat agree. I agree with Carmelo. I agree with Porzingis. I think Porzingis will average a double-double, actually. And I agree with Derrick Rose. So pretty much I agree with you for the most part. Let's go on to the next one. Gregory says, hey, bruh. Hey, what's up? Reese Smith says, Knicks versus Boston Celtics. Sorry for having heavy breathing. I really don't feel good. Knicks versus Boston Celtics. The Knicks are a better team, in my opinion. Can you please talk about why LeBron is better in Miami or current Cavs LeBron, and why? Well, this is tough. When LeBron was in Miami, what he was trying to do, Miami, in my opinion, was a developing stage to make him as good as he was now. If he didn't go through what he went through in Miami, I don't think he would have came back from that 3-1 lead, because once again, experience triumphs everything. So I look at it that way. I would say he was a better player in 2013. I would say 2013 was his best season ever, but he's still, you know, the best player. It's hard, because 2013 was definitely his best season ever, but he's still the best player in the world, and that was proven in the 2016 NBA Finals. I'm sorry. Okay, first comment. So that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for listening. I apologize it's so short. I really don't feel good. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. I'm about to throw up, man. I feel like crap. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.